Good morning and welcome everyone. We're back again with another Coffee Break live stream. My name is Alistair.
Good morning. My name is Frederik. Welcome here from Kerkrade, our European headquarters for the next coffee break.
So this time we're going to move away from automated lighting, at least temporarily, and we're going to have a look at some of the products within our comprehensive range of LED stage lights. So today we'll have a look at the KL Fresnels, then we'll move on to our ellipsoidals and profiles, and finally we'll have a look at the soft light panels. So all of these products are, of course, optimized and engineered for theatre, exhibition, broadcast, and studio use.
And of course, as you can see here, our little setup in our own showroom, we're also using those kind of lights. So whenever you have a job coming up, where customers will ask you about a little setup within a company or a little setup for live stream, we will show you some lighting which you can perfectly use for this situation.
Okay, so to avoid being repetitive as we cover each range, we just want to take a few moments to look at the features and the design philosophy that all these fixtures share for these demanding applications. So firstly, everything we're about to look at offers a very high CRI measurement for more authentic color reproduction, no matter what the color. But of course, the high CRI value isn't the end of the story. These fixtures are generally engineered to give impressive results across the spectral range.
And of course, all our fixtures have very good TLCI, TM30 measurements, whatever you would like to check about those measurements. We have online. For each of our products, you can see a full test report online.
And secondly, all the fixtures have innovative cooling systems for whisper quiet operation.
Most of them don't even have a fan, but the few of them which have a fan are very, very silent, and that fan is just being switched on in a very, very hot environment, so you will definitely not hear it. But like I said, most of them are fanless, and that gives you, of course, the freedom to not worry about any disturbing noises during your production.
And of course, we have cutting-edge optical systems for beautifully flat fields or for wide wash, flood, or sight capability, depending on the product. And all products have numerous control and connectivity options to increase functionality. So push-button displays are, of course, standard on the fixtures, but most of them have manual encoders as well to give you quick and easy access for adjusting a unit that may be, for example, low down like this or even on a tripod stand.
Well, that saves a lot of time for you because you don't have to worry about the settings so much. You just have everything to control the units on board, so no external controller is needed, and that of course makes it very easy to set them up, and by the end of the day saves you a lot of time and manpower, which is quite effective and important these days.
And naturally, the units have DMX control, but they also have RDM in most cases as well. So that gives you remote access to change, for example, the seamless 16-bit dimming modes and dimming curves. And also the LED refresh rates can be adjusted for TV and film use. So the dimming performance for everything we're going to see today has really been engineered to perfection. So being able to select those different dimming modes or those dimming curves via DMX remotely really allows that to be implemented very, very easily.
And of course, you can change everything on board, and you can be sure that those work very well on camera. You don't have to worry about any flickering or anything. You can change all the refresh rates, and you can be sure that those products always look good on camera, so no worries about such issues.
And finally, accessories. So we have various accessories for most of these products. Some are actually even included in the box, and we'll go through each of those as we look at each range.
Yeah, and most of the products, like Alistair just mentioned, have the accessories included, and in some cases you can even reuse your old B-size gobos or your B-size iris, but we will go through it in a minute.
Okay, so let's start with the KL Fresnel series of units. So we offer these in a warm white at 3000 Kelvin, but also a cool white at 5600 Kelvin. But if you have budget constraints or even space constraints, you would obviously go for the cool white version, and industry standard gels are available to easily bring this down, to drop it down to achieve, for example, a 3000 Kelvin color temperature. So very easy, very quick. So looking at the units, so we have the KL Fresnel 4, 6, and 8, or in wattages, these are 50 watt, 150 watt, 350 watt. Or if you're still thinking in the old tungsten models, this is really equivalent to a 650 to 750 watt redhead. This is your 1K, and this is your 2K. So as you can see, all the units they're quite compact, but they're also very lightweight as well. So these can really work discreetly on an exhibition stand, or they can actually be built into movie sets, for example.
And the good thing is you have less power draw and, of course, less heating. And by the end of the day, the less heat which those units emit means that you have to cool the environment or the venue less. So less air condition, less ventilation. By the end of the day, you also will be saving some money there. And another positive side effect is that we do not need any dimmer-racks anymore. So no extra cabling, no dimmer-racks which can be faulty or cause any issues. That is also a positive side effect because everything is built inside the units already.
Okay, and with a powerful lumen output and a wide manual zoom on the 4 and the 6, and also a motorized zoom on the 8, you can quickly see that these powerful and versatile units can easily work as a fill or a floodlight. They can work as a backlight and, of course, a key light. Of course, you can use these units manually, so if you have it on a stand, for example. But in addition to this, we have a nice feature called quick focusing mode. So I'm going to show you this on the KL8, but I think we have a little clip to show you to help to visualize the controls of the unit. So on the unit, the KL8 I'm about to show you, so we have DMX applied. These units are only operating at about 30% at the moment. So what you do is you press and hold the dimming encoder, and after a few seconds, the unit actually goes to full 100% output. There you can see that. So it stays in this mode for 60 seconds, so that allows you to quickly focus your unit wherever it needs to be. And after that minute has elapsed, it will revert back to the previous DMX state. So this handy little feature sort of allows you to continue to work, to do your focusing if the console operator or programmer is busy, for example. Let's look at some more external aspects of the Fresnel. So, of course, we have a yoke on there, but we have various mounting holes in there to allow you to put on the clamp of your choice, whether it be a trigger clamp, a 16mm pin, or a 28mm spigot. And of course, the 6 and the 8 also come in a pull-up version. We can see an example of this here now. So hopefully on camera you can see the familiar colored cups. So zoom on that side, and then the blue and white for pan and tilt on this side. And of course, we've even thought about the barn door itself. So there are little lugs on each corner of the barn door for your pole to sort of latch onto, so you can make use of the rotating barn doors. And as Freddie hinted a few moments ago, the units are, of course, LED, so they consume less power. But we've also put on a power out connector, or power through, as some of you may call it. So this allows you to daisy chain multiple units together. So this results in less cabling and less distro. And finally, for accessories for the Fresnels, all units ship out of the box with a color frame and these 8-leaf rotating barn doors.
Well, talking about those cool white and warm white LEDs, we have really designed a very, very special and unique LED for both versions, the cold white and the warm white, because those LEDs offer a very, very high CRI value, a very high TLCI and TM30 value, and you can see all the measurements we did there, like a really long test report which goes very into the details with color spectra, with the nice diagrams where you can really read out all the information you need for your settings for the cameras. And you can really see that those LEDs have been manufactured in a very, very high quality. That is the reason why we have installed a lot of them all over Europe in several TV studios, on trade shows, and so on and so on. And yeah, not to forget about today, we have the coffee break. So cheers, anyone, for
Cheers.
some coffee. Well, today we're not having any cookies with us. We just brought some water, which we have down here. So please stay hydrated. And let us know what you like to drink with your coffee. Maybe some of you put some whiskey in it if the time allows it, or maybe some of you drink anything else. Whatever you like to add to your coffee, if it's a little bit of flavor, some chocolate or toffee flavor, some guys of you might have some syrup, give us a comment and let us know how you would like to enjoy your coffee.
Okay, so now let's have a look at the profiles. So those old classic tungsten Licos that we've all seen a million times, we've re-engineered them with LED engines, optics to suit, and now you can touch them almost anywhere to focus without burning your hands. So they're brighter, they're consuming less power, and with the intelligent software as well, it's really adding greater functionality. So for example, over here, we have these two powerful but quiet profiles. So these are both 130 watts each. And again, like the Fresnels, they're in 3K or 5600. So right here, we have the WW Profile HP. So it's giving you that lovely warm white in a beautifully even flat field. And over here, we have the CW Profile HP, which is giving you that cool white with over 11,000 lumens out of the front.
And talking about lumens output, we just want to point out that we only use 130 watts to produce such a high brightness. I mean, if you would like to compare this to other products on the market, we would welcome you to do so, because we only need 130 watts, and due to the very, very nice optics we have in here, we can achieve this high brightness of 10 or 11,000 lumens. And please, we would like to welcome you to compare the lumen output, because by the end of the day, this is what really makes you judge how bright a unit is. So the lumen output is really what matters in this case, and we have a special anti-reflection coating on all our lenses, and that allows the LED to really go through the lenses very, very easy with all the brightness, and that's the reason why we have such a high output and a low power consumption.
Okay, so both of these models are actually available as IP65 versions as well. So they're ruggedized, they're weatherized, and it gives you a little more versatility in a multi-environment use, something that you probably wouldn't get away with those old tungsten models. So they also have all the functionality you'd kind of expect, really. So you've got your 4 manual framing shutter blades, as you'd expect. You can also drop in an iris. You can drop in a B-size gobo holder. And even for the IP65 versions, we actually make a DMX controllable IP65 rated dual gobo rotator. So these, you can have 2 counter-rotating gobos for interesting patterns on a building, for example, or even logos or company names for some branding.
Yeah, and that is quite unique on the market, that we offer this feature completely IP65, so it is protected against mud, against dust, against water, and even against other like substances which could go in there. Nice side effect is as well, if you use those IP65 fixtures inside, like let's say in a studio, in a bar, in a club, wherever there's a lot of haze or dust in the air. Cleaning is very easy nowadays, and yeah, you just take some water, because nothing can go inside of the unit. The whole body is a capsule, it's closed, and you just clean it from the outside. That makes maintenance a lot easier and a lot faster, and saves a lot of money by the end of the day.
Okay, so optically, the units take industry standard lenses, but for seamless projections, optical clarity, and for a really crisp focus, we would recommend that you use our efficient high definition lenses. So 19, 26, 36, and 50-degree lenses. So these really have been designed from the ground up to work with the actual LED engines to make a perfect pair. And next up, closer to Freddy, we have got the Color 5 profile. So this is 180 watts, and it really takes the functionality and principles of the versions we've just looked at, but it really adds that red, green, blue, mint, and amber LED engine. So of course the amber and mint, that really expands the color spectrum for the fixture to really allow you to get those warmer tones, some of the theatrical tints, pastels, and really just limitless unique color combinations. And of course, if you want to use it as a variable white source, it's fully capable of that. You can go from 2700 Kelvin right up to 7200 Kelvin. And it even has color macros on board for quick selection to give you some instant creativity of some quite unique colors.
Yeah, and of course the photometric test reports are online as well, because we also can see a very, very high lumen output here compared to the very low power draw. And what else we can say about this unit is that the CRI measurements are also very, very positive. The colors are very saturated, and they will allow you to really replace a lot of other products with your Color 5 product here.
So I'm quickly just going to do a little magic trick. Freddie will keep you amused in the meantime as we reveal the soft light panels we're going to look at next.
All right, so little switch over here on the set for you, and yeah, please let us have your questions. Let us know if there's anything you would like to see, you would like to talk about for the next coming weeks. Maybe you have some special needs or demands, whatever you would like us to talk about. Give us a little email, a little chat, or leave a comment below this live stream.
Okay, so we offer 3 products as high output sort of workhorse units to evenly flood or wash a large area, making them perfect for site use. So over on the left, we have the TVL panel DW. So this gives you 3200 Kelvin up to 5600 Kelvin in terms of color temperature control. But it gives you a whopping 13,000 lumens out of the front. And as you can see, with the large face and a beam angle of about 115 degrees, it's really perfect to illuminate a cyc, for example. And of course, it's got very smooth dimming, and it even has strobing capability to add a little dramatic effect. But if you want to save a little space, a little weight, and maybe a little budget, closer to Freddie, we have the TVL Soft Light DW. So this offers the same color temperature range, but still with a punchy output of 6,700 lumens. And next we're going to have a look at the KL panel. So this is a fixture we've only released in the past few weeks, but it's already making waves. So it is a compact and portable fixture giving you exceptional full spectrum color mixing. It gives 24,000 lumens out of the front. It has color temperature control from 2000 right up to 10,000 Kelvin. But it has an LED engine giving you red, green, blue, white, lime, and cyan. So it's really capable of satisfying the most demanding of film and TV productions. So I think we're going to have a little look, switch to another camera and have a little look at the colors a little up close.
The positive side effect of this KL panel is as well its compact size, because if you prefer to have a larger size or a wider look, some of you might like to have a double view or a longer view of this product. So what we can do is, in this case, you just put 2 of them right next to each other or below each other, because the compact size and the slim dimensions make it very, very easy to put those products right next to each other.
Okay, so yep, we're going to have a look at a projection of it. So let's go through the colors. So, firstly, you've got very nice sort of vibrant red, green, and blue. You also have the lime and the cyan, and of course that really nice white. But let's hopefully have a look at color temperature control as well. So this is 2000 Kelvin, and we're just going to bump up in about 300 or 400 Kelvin segments just to show you as we go towards the 10,000 Kelvin at the top of the range.
So those very, very deep amber colors really make it pretty versatile. And when we go up to the very, very high color temperatures, it can even emit easily the daylight colors.
Okay, and we also have further color control within the unit. It does have a green shift adjustment, and it actually has a virtual swatch book as well. Now we're just going to look at some of the connectivity. I think we might have a few images to show you, but the one we really wanted to focus on is the connection for use with the 24 to 36 volt DC battery. So with the fixture at 295 watts, you're not exactly going to need a battery the size of a car battery for this fixture. In fact, it will work with your standard camera batteries.
And one very important point we would like to mention today is that we do not have any external power supplies. So often you come across some white LED panels which have external power supplies, which you can lose somewhere. You have cables lying around and so on and so on. The big advantage in this case is that we really have the power supply built in those units, but still they're very, very slim, they're very, very lightweight, but you don't have to worry about any external parts lying around on the floor or which you can fall over or whatever. So really everything is built in here, and you see from the bottom how slim this whole device is, because still the power supply is built in, and that gives you a lot of flexibility and makes your life a little bit easier.
Okay, in terms of control, in addition to DMX and RDM, it offers protocol support for both ArtNet and streaming ACN. And even better, it ships out of the box with our eFly wireless DMX transceiver built in and ready to use. We also offer multiple manual and DMX modes as well to allow for a very simple use, literally intensity only, or a full mode to give you full access to all features and parameters. So that just about sums up the KL panel. But yeah, we've got 24,000 lumens out of a fixture you can pick up with one hand, and we've even put a little carry handle on there for you to make life easier. Okay, so all of our panels actually ship with 8-leaf barn doors as standard, but further accessories are available too. So each of them can have an optional snap grid. So these pop onto the fixture within a couple of seconds. These are made by DOP Choice, a great partner of ours. So these are durable, reliable. You can get them everywhere. So these are 40 degree for each of the fixtures, and they will give you just that little bit more beam control. One accessory for the KL panel as well, we give you an optional pole operation yoke. Again, installs easily within a couple of minutes, and if you don't want that, the fixture ships out of the box with a 28mm pin.
Yeah, well, and as you can see, it is very, very lightweight, and the power supply is built in. That's a big advantage, and especially when you have nowadays a lot of live stream, the same what we're doing here, or when you have a little corporate event where the company is asking you as a production company to make a live stream for them. So that equipment which we have been showing you today makes your life a lot easier, and especially because it's lightweight, reliable, and with very great results on camera.
Okay, so I can't see any questions coming in, guys, and we're almost at the end for today. But to summarize, that covers most of our stage lighting portfolio. So LED engines, optics, and software have evolved to a place where an LED product not only can replace a tungsten fixture, but actually greatly improves on it. So get your hands on these units to see the hows and the whys. And yeah, contact your local dealer or distributor if you need to get hold of any demo units. Go to elationlighting.eu if you want more information immediately, specifications, etc. You can also go to software.elationlighting.eu to download the latest firmware to keep your units up to date.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure, and we hope to see you very, very soon for the next Elation Coffee Break. And again, please leave us some notes, some messages, some information, some ideas, and maybe some more tips and tricks how you would like to drink your coffee. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, guys. Goodbye.